So you are highly welcome, guys. On this video I'm going to be telling you some of the secrets, some of the tips you need to know, and some of the things you need to avoid for you to scale in this fashion business. So please, if this is the first time you are checking on this channel, you are highly welcome to Boutique Fashion channel. This is the channel that brings you the easiest, fastest, and the simplest method on how to cut or sew anything on the men's dress. But now I'll be bringing you some of the business idea and some of the tips that I believe it will help you scale in this fashion business, because I believe we grow together and at the end we meet at the top. So now let's dive into the video. I always receive a lot of messages and questions from people on how to manage their business, or what are the things they can avoid to scale their business. So on this video I'm going to be taking you through that process which you need to do, and some of the things you need to avoid for you to be able to scale your business. So the number one thing that I want to mention here is that you should put God first. Yes, I know you may not expect that coming, but you have to do that. At least you have to put God first, because it's not about how well you can plan. It's not about how good you are in this fashion business. Even if you know how to sew very well, that alone is not what can take you to the next level in this business. I know a lot of fashion designer that can sew very well, but today they are nowhere to be found, and they have nothing to show for it, because they normally say that man proposes and then God disposes. So whatever your plan is, whatever you want to lay your hands on, make sure you do what you put God first and pray to God Almighty to lead you through. So the second thing that I want to mention here is that you should master your craft. So that is very important. Make sure you master your craft. Whatever you are doing, what's worth doing, they say it's worth doing well. So whatever you want to do, make sure you pay a good attention there. Make sure you learn the process very well. Make sure you master everything very well before you say you want to start doing it on your own. I know a lot of people immediately they finish from their oga, or even before they finish from their boss, they will open their office, start saying they want to establish themselves, they want to be the oga on their own. But there's no problem about that if you are good in what you are doing. But if you know that your work is not good enough, please make sure you take your time to master this thing. Please, you can engage in a stylist. From this you can have a more experience on how to do certain things. Before I could say I want to establish myself, I've worked in like 4 to 5 different places as a stylist, and I can tell you that that alone add to my experience. You don't necessarily need to work as a stylist if you know you are good enough in establishing yourself. But if not, I advise you go for more internship before you do that. So I urge you, make sure you learn this craft very well. Make sure you master this craft very well before you say you want to stand on your own and be doing it yourself. Then another thing that I want to mention here, which is number 3, is that you make sure you go for upgrading. Make sure you upgrade your sewing skill. The thing we are doing here last year is not the same thing as what we are doing today. So what matters most is to upgrade yourself, because fashion is changing every day. Some months ago, someone saw me in a group and then saw my number in a group, and he private chat me that Noble, I saw your number in this group. Are you also learning? Yes, I learn a lot, and I learned from a lot of top fashion designer in this fashion business. So make sure you go for upgrading. Make sure you upgrade yourself. There are a lot of online training in which you can join to upgrade your sewing skill. That is very important. Don't only go for a free course. Make sure you pay for training. I also pay for training. I pay for training a lot, and I can tell you that add a lot to my sewing skill. So that is that on the number 3. So let me move on to the fourth one, which is most very important. One of the most very important. Let me say second on this list of the most important, which is a fashion business. The fashion business, I cannot overemphasize on this, is that what can make you successful in this fashion business is not only about how well you can sew. It's mostly about your knowledge about the fashion, your knowledge about marketing, your marketing skill, your sales skill, and some other skills attached to this business. Because what can make you successful is not only about how well you can sew. I believe you know a lot of people that doesn't even know how to sew, and they establish a fashion business, and today they are doing very well. I've worked in a place, one of those places that I work. There's one guy. The guy was a student of a Covenant University, and whenever the guy have a work, he will collect the work from his friends, colleagues in school. That's mostly suits, because the guy is in the law department. So we bring it for my boss. Then he does not know anything about sewing, and he's collecting the work, bring it for my boss. We will run the job, and he will deliver the job to his clients. But please make sure you also learn how to sew. Even if you don't know much about how to sew, make sure you have an idea about how to sew. I come across one of the posts made by one of our bosses in this profession. His name is the boss Sheyi Vodi. He talked about his experience about a fashion designer. When he started, then he said that he had two stylists, he has two tailors working with him. Then he does not know anything about sewing. He only employed the two guys and have one of his relative as the receptionist, then the one that is managing the firm. So he went out to collect job from his clients, and when he came back, he couldn't find any of these two guys. Can you imagine? Two of them just leave the office. Then what did he do? He go for a little training, not full training, don't let me deceive you, little training on how to sew. At least even if tailor want to deceive you, because you have experience, they will take it easy, and there are certain things you'll be able to tell them that so this is how to do this thing. And then he employ about 5 to 6 stylists, about 5 to 6 tailors. Even if two of them leave, at least he still remain some of them with him. And there are a lot of coaches out there that can teach you how to market your business, how to promote your brand, how to structure your business. If you have been in contact with me on the WhatsApp or on this page, I'm sure you'll have familiar with some of them. Another thing that I want to mention here is disappointment. Yes, please avoid this. You know, although there may not be sometimes that you may have a lot workload for you, but make sure you avoid disappointing your customer. It's better you have their work on ground, wait for them to collect it, than they coming every time and then be shouting at you. That is unprofessional. I know someone, although I don't want to refer to this, but I know someone that I can tell you categorically that what affected that person is a disappointment. Yes, this person can disappoint. Even if President Muhammadu Buhari, our president, give him work, I'm telling you, he will disappoint our president. So please, and everyone have known this man for this, that his second name is a disappointment. And this today bring him down upon his knowledge in this fashion industry. I still have a lot which I want to dish out, but this is all I can simply tell you today. So in my subsequent video, I'll be telling you some of the secrets or some of the sales strategies you can put in place if you are just a startup, that can help you promote your business, that can help you scale fast in this fashion industry. I believe you enjoyed this video, and I'm very sorry I'm a bit camera shy, but I'm trying to be familiar with you, and I'm telling you, as time goes on, we'll be able to roll together, and I'll be able to give you more tips for you to scale in this business. I believe we all work together, and by the end of the day, by God's grace, we all achieve our aim, which is being a successful fashion designer. I remain your noble guy. Till we meet again in the next video, don't forget to click on the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so I don't miss any part of this video whenever I drop the subsequent one. So thank you for watching, and then bye for now.